Okay, it's a few days later and it's a little bit surreal, but Ireland is apparently in the next 12 to 24 hours supposed to get hit by Hurricane Ophelia. Now this is a quite unusual event for Ireland. We don't usually get hurricanes, some strong wind now and again along with our usual rain, but that's about it. But it seems to be like it's pretty serious and like it's going to hit at least the very south of the country. The last I saw on the news, it was still a hurricane status, category 2. So hopefully it'll get downgraded before it makes landfall in Ireland, and the people down the south of the country won't get hit by it. And hopefully it doesn't get as far north as I am. But in spite of this, I'm just going to take hurricane precautions, believe it or not. So the boat is here up on the stands that I've built. So I'm just going to fill the inside of the bilge here to the maximum top of the bilge up with water. Just add a little bit of weight to help keep it on the sand so it won't bounce up, because you know, even though it's a fairly heavy old small boat, when the wind gets at it, I don't want it to be able to shift or move around. So I'm just going to add a bit of water inside, fill the bilge up to the max, just to try and give it a bit of extra weight, just to stop it shifting around. I have it blocked up and wedges put in underneath the hull at an angle to keep it fixed. So I'm pretty confident it's going to stay there, but if the winds get up to what they're predicting, which is at least 80 to 100 miles per hour, not kilometers per hour, but miles per hour they're talking about, which is like 140, 150 kilometers per hour, as we deal in Ireland here, we're kilometers and meters. That's what they're talking about. Now I'm hopeful that it's not going to get this far, and if it does, it'll be a lot less than that, but I'm not going to take the risk. I'm going to put a bit of extra weight into it. I'm going to drain it out anyway, so it makes no difference. So just as a precaution, we'll do that. Okay, so I'm taking the opportunity to add a bit of extra bleach into it. Might as use it to clean out the bilge as well at the same time. So if this is going to sit in it for the next couple of days, it might as well be doing something. So just put a bit of bleach in with it as well as the water. So I'm going to fill it up to that interior floor level, I think. That'll be in the centre of the boat, keeping it down. I'm not going to fill these side lockers up with water again, because I think if the amount of water that's in the boat, in the centre, in the bilge here, and I'm going to fill up the cockpit drain and stick water in the cockpit too. If that's not going to be enough to hold it, I don't think filling the side lockers is going to make much difference with the extra 5 or 6 gallons we're going to put into it, so I'll just leave those empty. Yeah, it's definitely been crazy weather this year for the poor unfortunate people in the Caribbean, and if we get hit by this, even the strong winds, not hurricane force, definitely give us an insight into what they're coping with and the hardship they're having to deal with in their lives at the moment. Okay, so I've stuffed the cockpit drain there, and I'm just filling up the cockpit with water as well. Well, I don't know whether to be happy or sad. It seems like I did too good of a job of levelling the boat to drain, and not a good job of stuffing the cockpit drain. So I think that's both a loss and a win. At least the cockpit drains are working. Even with the thing stuffed into it, it's still draining out. But I've enough water inside in the boat. I've the inside of the bilge filled up. So I don't think the bit in the cockpit is going to make much difference. So that's it anyway. You can actually see I dropped the lifting keel down. You can actually see it's not fully down, obviously, because the ground is in the way, but that's the actual lifting keel on the boat. Big piece of metal, which goes down quite a ways. Okay, so that's it. As surreal as it sounds, this is a bit of hurricane prep here in Ireland. If you've enjoyed this video, please remember to give us a thumbs up. And if you haven't already, subscribe and share it with your friends. And I'll see you next time.